Vilnius here in Lithuania. We're going to do a travel guide of the city. We're starting out here in the Old Town. Wow. Very nice, very nice. A city with 533,000 people in the city itself, but metro area has a population of 750,000. So we're going to go around Vilnius here. I just arrived in a bus from Riga, Latvia. And so that took about 5 hours, 4.5 hours actually. Pretty fast, but feels slow when you're sitting there in that seat. But once it's done, looking back on it, you're like, that was a breeze. Actually, it was one of the best buses in Europe, they consider it. It's called like Lux Express. I put that video on VertCam, so you guys can go over there and watch it over there on my other channel, my transportation channel. Real nice. This is what reminds me a lot of Vienna. It's this kind of architecture. They call it Baroque. Baroque. If I go over there, they're playing music, so I'm not going to go that direction. But you can see lots of outdoor seating. The food is good here. It's a good food scene. In this travel guide, we're going to show you around some of the cathedrals, tell you some of the information that you need to know when you visit here. Like riding those bolts. They do have Uber here. One of the first countries aside from Sweden in the Baltic. So a lot of the countries I've just come from didn't really have Uber. So good thing this one does. If you guys are enjoying these videos, be sure to subscribe and like the video. You can see there's quite a bit of cathedrals. Actually, it kind of looks like some of the cities you see in like Mexico, like Querétaro, or even Guanajuato, some of those cities. But yeah, I've gone through now all 3 of the Baltic states, and plus Finland and Sweden, which I don't know if they're considered Baltic states, because these 3 right here, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, are the ones that are considered the Baltic states. But so far, I would say it's more European, what you would expect from Europe, than what you would get in some of these other cities. Just in the sense of how they've, what do they call that, preserved their cities. I mean, you can see just the culture and the people and all that. They're very, like, just European, I guess you could say. Whereas some of the other cities are more like the United States, just more modern. This is more old. You can see. They do have a new city, actually. So it's not like, this is just the Old Town, but for them to have preserved the Old Town like this says something. There's Bolt, a competitor with Uber. Almost every one of those countries did have some sort of like ride-share competition, aside from like Norway and Denmark. Denmark didn't have anything either, but they had these like food delivery, like Wolt with a W instead of a B. It was hot today. I mean, the last couple days have been cold up there, and then today it just shot up like 15 degrees Celsius all across the whole region, because they've been Really getting a heat wave out here. But it's 26 degrees Celsius right now here. It was as hot as like 30 today almost. But because it's cooling down, here it is almost 7. It's like 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, it was around 85. It's actually 8:30. But there's another one of those churches there. And if I keep walking this way, I'm going to come up to a river. We're really close to Poland. In fact, a lot of the architecture and the city here was inspired by Polish kingdom. I believe at some point in time, this was part of Poland. It's a little bit of a mix between Polish, Russian, Lithuanian, kind of caught in the middle here. If you ask people what language they speak, they'll say Lithuanian or Russian. We're actually really close to Belarus, almost on the border. This is far east part of the country, whereas Riga was right there on the Baltic. This one's more inland, closer to Belarus. I would go to Minsk, but I'll have to save that for another day, as both Russia and Belarus are considered places not to visit right now. So I will respect the information regarding that. We're also close to Ukraine, which is another place that, because of the war, probably don't want to go. But it's close enough, if you ask me. Very similar. But each one of them, Estonia, Latvia, all different. Even Lithuania. None of them are very similar. I guess it's kind of like going from Texas to California to Arizona and noticing there are subtle differences, although they all are American, right? Something like that. These are all former Soviet states. If I go south of here, out of the Baltic, towards like what they call the Balkans, which is kind of where I'm heading soon. It takes time to get down there because it's so big. But look at this. Very nice. Oh yeah. This is right on the waterfront here. Actually, if you keep going this way, across the river, you'll come to the new city, which has high-rises. This is a big old town. So this is the Cathedral Square, essentially, kind of inspired by the Polish. Oh man. That was erected in 1300s. What a beautiful city. I'm telling you, this is probably the most incredible city in the Baltic states. Tallinn has a nice little medieval city center, old town, but Vilnius here is spectacular. Look at all those air balloons in the sky. want to get along that waterfront there. Wow. Very well preserved Old Town. That probably means that in World War II it didn't really get hit too hard. Okay, there's the bridge. It takes you right over the river towards the new city, which will have skyscrapers. There's that nice bridge. Some people going down in a canoe. It's a very nice river. Now that kind of reminds me a little bit of Prague. I don't know what kind of tree this is. It smells good. Is that a marigold? I don't know what kind of tree that is actually. But there, you can see the new city. Not actually going to walk around there because I might tomorrow actually. Yeah, if I go to the new city tomorrow, that'll probably be good. Again, it just depends on the hotel you stay at, which determines a lot of your experience in a city like this. For example, my experience coming into the city, if I would have stayed, look at that guy, stayed at the Courtyard Marriott across the river would have been different than my experience or my approach into the city staying over here at the well, they speed here. I mean, those guys are hauling butt. Either that or I'm just getting old. But look at that. Big old fortress up on the hill there. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on where you stay, which determines your experience. Sometimes it's good to stay, 1 mile or 1 kilometer, depending on whatever you use. 1 mile's further than 1 kilometer, but it would be about 1.6 kilometers probably. But yeah, that just determines a lot about your city. Sometimes it's better to actually stay right in the heart of it all. In one of those hotels right there in the heart of the city. And for those of you who are curious, I am still backpacking only. Meaning, I have not got my luggage. I've basically moved way far away from Stockholm. The airline hasn't contacted me. And I am actively buying new clothes ever so often. Although, I think soon I'm going to have to go away from pants and into shorts. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my pants because they take up a lot of room in my carry-on. They're heavier than shorts. So the benefit of going to shorts is I will be, not as hot. Also, the laundry weight will go down. But I have to basically throw away the 3 pairs of pants I have. And what I've basically been doing is wearing the pants 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row sometimes, depending on how dirty they are, and just changing out my boxers. So I have a bunch of boxers, which are small, lightweight, along with my socks. But it's either that or get another suitcase, and I don't have a lot of room in my backpack. So the thing is, pants, they don't really get that dirty unless you're like doing hard, heavy lifting, but all I'm doing is walking and sitting. Nice little area there. The Hilton. So I have 2 memberships, Hilton and Marriott. The thing I like about Marriott is they give me late checkout till 4. Hilton usually 2. So a late checkout at 4 is like perfect for a guy like me, because then I can catch an evening flight, like a 6 or 7 o'clock departure. I actually prefer the evening times at the airports. One, I'm in a better mood when I'm there. Plus, it's not as busy. And it allows me to like go out in town during the daytime, explore, not have to pay for another room, while also storing my luggage, come back, shower, and then go. All right. Okay, Novotel, that's a good location. Okay, got this nice little walking area where you can essentially go down that street there. Lots of dining. I'm sure it takes on a whole nother vibe in the winter months. In the summer months, it's a very vibrant city with lots of outdoor dining, which I'm sure in the winter becomes indoor dining. I'm not sure about it. I'm positive about that. Oh, they got a casino. Casino Olympic. Lots of hustle and bustle around here. And those Bolt scooters, or bird scooters as I know them. A bit iffy. Seen like a couple near accidents. No accidents yet, but I've seen near accidents. Vilnius is a modern city. There's a rooftop bar there. It's got a good mix. I give it it's a 5-star city, underrated. Looks like it has a great nightlife scene. 24 to 48 hour stop for sure, if you're in the area. Something like those fountains make a lot of sense on a day like this, because it's so hot. Even though it's like 86 degrees Fahrenheit, here it's very spicy. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Island Hopper TV from Vilnius, out here in Lithuania. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one.